Welcome to Africa Now, where we bring you the most critical stories shaping the future of our continent. Thank you for joining us today. We appreciate every single viewer, new and returning. If you're passionate about Africa's development and committed to exposing the truth behind the headlines, you're in the right place. Today's story takes us deep underground, literally. Over 260 miners in South Africa recently found themselves trapped in a terrifying ordeal at a gold mine near Johannesburg. Thankfully, they all made it out alive. But behind this rare, happy ending lies a much more troubling pattern, one that cuts across the entire continent: the growing human and environmental cost of Africa's booming but poorly regulated mining sector. Before we begin, a quick disclaimer. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. The facts are based on publicly available reporting, expert opinions, and our own analysis. Everything presented here is intended to raise awareness and encourage informed conversations about issues impacting African lives and livelihoods. Let's get into the heart of it. In the early hours after the incident, tensions were high. Families of the trapped miners gathered outside the gates of the mine, desperate for news. Some held back tears, others paced the ground. One woman, standing in the shadows of heavy mining equipment, begged, "Please, just bring my husband home alive." Fortunately, this story didn't end in tragedy. All the trapped miners were rescued after more than 24 hours underground. No lives were lost, but the emotional scars and the questions about what really caused the incident remain. And this isn't an isolated event. In fact, mining accidents are happening more frequently across Africa, and many of them don't have such hopeful outcomes. Just months ago in South Africa, at least 78 miners died in an illegal shaft when authorities, in an effort to shut the operation down, blocked access to food and water. These miners weren't criminals. They were desperate workers trying to feed their families, working in abandoned tunnels, often without any safety gear or escape routes. Across Africa, informal mining has surged. It's estimated that in South Africa alone, the illegal gold trade drains the economy of over $3 billion each year. But the deeper cost is measured in lives lost, communities displaced, and environments destroyed. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, hundreds of foreign-owned companies are operating in the mineral-rich East without valid licenses. These aren't just small operators. Some are major players in global supply chains. Many are extracting cobalt, a mineral crucial to batteries used in electric cars and smartphones. But here's the dark truth: much of that cobalt is mined by children. One miner, who has worked in these hazardous tunnels for 7 years, earns less than $50 a month. "I go into the pit every day with no protection," he says. "It's the only way to survive, but we risk our lives for nothing." This isn't just a DRC problem. From Ghana to Guinea, from Tanzania to Burkina Faso, Africa's mineral wealth is being extracted at a breakneck pace, but the benefits are flowing out of the continent, not into it. In Ghana, for example, illegal gold mining known locally as galamsey has wreaked havoc on the environment. Rivers have been poisoned with mercury. Once verdant forests are now barren wastelands. Farmlands that once fed communities are now scarred with craters and toxic sludge. A recent report by SwissAid revealed that more than 430 tons of gold, worth over $30 billion, was smuggled out of Africa in 2022 alone. That's $30 billion that could have gone into schools, hospitals, roads, and jobs. Instead, it's enriching international smugglers and fueling black market trades. And now, a quick pause to say a heartfelt thank you to all our subscribers, supporters, and channel members. Your encouragement means everything to us. Whether you're dropping comments, sharing our videos, or backing us through super thanks and memberships, you're helping keep African stories in the spotlight where they belong. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join this powerful community. Let's continue. Why do these disasters keep happening? And why is Africa, despite its immense natural wealth, still trapped in cycles of poverty and dependence? Experts say the core issue is governance. In many countries, mining regulations exist on paper, but are rarely enforced. Corruption, under-resourced institutions, and lack of transparency allow illegal operations to thrive, often with the quiet support or blind eye of officials. Even legitimate mining companies exploit legal loopholes to dodge taxes and cut corners on safety. What makes it worse is the outdated model of extraction. Raw minerals are shipped out in bulk, processed abroad, and sold at high profit, with very little added value left in African hands. This is a 21st century version of the colonial playbook. Africa provides the raw resources, and foreign markets reap the rewards. Claude Kabemba from the Southern Africa Resource Watch puts it plainly. We dig, they benefit. That's the story of Africa's mineral economy. And unless we change that, we'll keep seeing these disasters. In many mining zones, informal miners, often called artisanal miners, work side by side with massive industrial corporations. But instead of cooperation, this coexistence often leads to violence. Artisanal miners are pushed into the most dangerous areas, where accidents are frequent and help is far away. Maurice Carney of Friends of the Congo explains that this isn't a mining issue, it's a development issue. People go into these mines because they have no other choice, he says. There are no jobs, the education system can't absorb them. The economy has failed them. And the most vulnerable among them are children. Child labor remains shockingly widespread in the mining sector. These kids aren't playing with toys, they're breaking rocks, carrying heavy loads, and inhaling dust filled with dangerous chemicals. So what can be done? Some African governments have launched initiatives to formalize the mining sector, crack down on illegal operations, and improve transparency. Ghana, for instance, has deployed military task forces to shut down illegal mines. The DRC has begun revoking fraudulent licenses. South Africa has promised to upgrade safety standards. But these steps, while important, aren't enough. Real change will require a complete overhaul of how mining is managed, from ownership and taxation to environmental protections and worker rights. Africa must also demand fairer trade terms with global buyers. Why should African countries export raw lithium or cobalt for pennies, only to buy back the finished batteries at massive markup? Why can't refining, processing, and manufacturing happen here on African soil? If the global economy needs Africa's minerals, then Africa must set the terms. And this is where leadership matters. Communities must hold their leaders accountable. Civil society, journalists, activists, all have a role to play. We need transparency in mining contracts. We need independent monitoring of safety and environmental standards. And above all, we need political courage to prioritize people over profit. The green energy revolution is coming. Demand for minerals like cobalt, lithium, and nickel will only increase. The question is, will Africa once again be exploited to power another continent's prosperity, or will this time be different? At Africa Now, we believe the future is still unwritten. We believe in the power of informed citizens, bold leadership, and a united voice demanding justice, equity, and sustainability. If you believe in this too, then help us spread the word. Like this video, share it with your network, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the forces shaping Africa's destiny. This isn't just news, this is educative, and it starts with awareness. Thank you for watching Africa Now. Until next time, stay informed, stay bold, and stay rooted in truth.